Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I was not planning on filming today, as you can see, but as I was driving, I had such a good idea pop into my head that I just had to come home, get into my robe, and make a video for you guys. And because I want to still be productive for the remainder of my evening, I'm going to be oiling my hair while I tell you guys what I'd like to share. What I'd like to say is that I feel like we compare ourselves very easily to other people, especially in the day and age of social media. But what I want you guys to understand is comparison is the thief of joy. And people just don't say things like these terms, these phrases are not just around because they sound nice. It's a way of living. Like, it is definitely a very, very, very bold statement and a very true statement at that. And especially if you have a very large family or a very large group of friends, and then all of that on top of social media can make it a lot worse. Your friends might be getting married, having kids, buying houses, moving, traveling, finding new jobs, like moving up the corporate ladder, going to school, getting their master's, PhD. Like, there's a plethora of things that could be going on, and it's very easy to compare yourself. But what I'd like to say is that God, or if you don't believe in God, the divine or the universe, whatever higher power you believe in, is always positioning you in a better spot. And if you feel like you're just not able to fit in, then you have to understand that God has put you to the side because you are so powerful, and He has such a big journey for you, and He does not want you to be impacted by all of this. And I feel like growing up, and even like obviously in my recent years, I would always look at other family members in my life, like all the girls who are getting married and that are younger than me getting married and now having children. And I'd always be so upset, like, you know what is going on? Why am I behind? Why am I always behind? It's never been that I've like been on top of anything. I feel like my whole life I've just been the odd one out, and I could just never seem to fit in anywhere. And this past week, after like going to my cousin's baby shower, I really thought to myself, like, people are coming up to me there saying like, hey, when are you gonna get married? It's been so, like, you need to hurry up, you need to have children, like, when are you gonna be done your bachelor's, like this and that. And I felt so bad, honestly, during that whole time, during the whole event, that whole weekend. All I wanted to do was like come home and just like, I don't even know, like be in my bed and not get out. But anyways, as I was driving today, I really took time to think to myself, and I was like, why am I putting myself in rooms where I'm not welcomed, that I'm not even happy in, or that people just want to make you feel like you're doing something wrong all the time. And I'm tired of it. And through my experience this weekend, what I've been learning is that people will always put a front up. Like, I am not one of those people. I find it very hard to make it look like I'm happy when I'm not happy, or do all these things. I had like someone that I really look up to tell me, like, people are very good at being worldly. People are very good at putting up a front, and it can make it seem like they have it all together, whether they're working a very good job because their parents directed them to do that, or they're getting married and having kids because that's what their in-laws or their parents want them to do, or that's what their friends are doing. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're happy. And even growing up, I would always like look at my other cousins and want to be so close to them. And recently I discovered that, like, I'm happy that my parents put some space there, or well, my mom, so that I could flourish in my own ways and live a more independent and better life. And I'm so grateful for that now, because now I look at it and I'm like, if I had to go through all that and I share the same mentality as some of these people that I want to be like, I would be so unhappy. And I'm happy about where I am in life. And so the message here is that you guys all need to pray to God for placing you where you are, and thank God for making you who you are. And I'm not saying that the people who are getting married and doing all these things and finish school like really early are unhappy. That's not at all the case. This is mostly for people who just feel like, you know, I can't fit in, or there's some like, why is my life not like XYZ? Be happy for where you are. Thank God for where you are. And if anything, ask him for guidance if you really are lost. But the grass is not greener on the other side, okay? It's greener where you water it. And like what I've been noticing is that I was in such a slump, especially after watching so much social media. I was like, oh my goodness, like I'm just upset all the time. Like I'm not happy with my life. I would just keep wanting the next thing. And it's very true that like sometimes you need to look back and realize that you're sitting in the life you're living right now. These are your answered prayers from a while ago, and you need to be grateful for that. So overall, don't compare your life. Be grateful for where you are. Sometimes you can't see, like depending on how old you are, and even like if you're in your late 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever age, or even if you're a teenager, you can't really see the whole picture right now. The only one who can see the whole picture is God, and you need to trust where he's taking you. Let go of the control and just trust that whatever he's doing is for the best. So I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys next time.